Hello everyone, welcome back to Say What with James and Lakesia. Today we're doing our review for Final Destination Bloodlines.
Yeah, this is the 6th installment of the Final Destination series. I'm going to say this though, I thought that this was going to connect. When it said Bloodlines, I was thinking it was going to be like from the other characters, their older family members or something, but they had nothing to do with that. The only connection they had to them movies was Tony Todd. And the lady Kimberly Coleman, who survived one of them back in the day. But yeah, we'll go from there.
Okay, so Final Destination Bloodlines starts off in 2024. We have our college student Stephanie Reyes, who is plagued by recurring nightmares of her maternal grandmother, Iris, and her grandfather, Paul Campbell, dying in the Skyview, a high-rise restaurant tower that collapses in New York State. And now that first scene with the Skyview tower collapsing,
that was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy because it starts off where the grandmother and the grandfather, Iris and Paul, they're going to have a special date. And Iris is pregnant, but she hasn't told Paul yet. And when they get up to the top, when they get ready to get on the
Skyview, that means because the restaurant was way at the top of the sky, and it was a glass floor, even in the elevator.
Well, when they got ready to get in the elevator was full. Then
and she knew
it was overcapacitated.
But the dude, the whatever you call him, the
elevator operator.
Yeah, he said, "Come on in. We got enough room." And she gets in there, and the door to the elevator stops. It doesn't close all the way. He told me it's been doing this, and then it finally collapsed. But then the guys was like, "Yeah." And he was telling a little story about because this was the first night it was opening, that it was done. They finished it in a month early, and she was like, is that good? And as they're riding.
Well, wait a minute. We forgot to say spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen the movie, watch this review after you see the movie because we're definitely going to be spilling all the tea. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and there's this little kid on there. I don't even think he's supposed to be on there, and he's jumping on the glass floor of the elevator. And she's looking at him. Everybody's looking at him like he's crazy. And because I probably would have knocked that little dude out because he's on the glass elevator and you jumping on it, and it's songs playing, crazy songs playing, and they finally get up to the top,
but they don't have a reservation, so they actually have to go out on the balcony, and that's where the little boy is throwing
little boys out there playing with
pennies.
Some pennies.
He is unmonitored.
I don't even think he's supposed to be on the.
He's not been watched, and he is just causing havoc.
And the security guy tells the guy, little boy, "Hey man, don't throw that." He was about to throw a penny. He said, "Don't throw that off there. You could kill somebody down there from that height. A penny falling, probably like a bullet hitting you in your head or something." But he tells him, "Yeah, okay." And as soon as he walks off, calls him a fat something, and of course,
throws it anyway.
He throws the penny anyway.
And that's what started the catastrophic
event the penny goes into the air duct system and
that just
stops the fan from cooling.
Take place.
Yeah.
Because then he proposes to her out on the balcony. So they go in and they're on the glass floor and they're singing, "You know, you make me want to stomp." And they're all stomping and stomping. And
when they were stomping, one of the chandelier things dropped, hit the floor and cracked it a little bit. And then it was saying that all the songs they were singing was.
Well, it was really just that stomp song because they were all stomping on the floor.
But then he started saying, I forgot what it was,
but it was they went off on that stomp song. You know, you made me want to stomp because they were all stomping, and then that's when that penny situation really just escalated everything with all those cracks, and all you saw was the floor cracking, people sliding here, sliding there.
She finally noticed it, and then the fourth falls, cracks, and her soon-to-be husband, the grandfather, he falls. She's trying to
hold on to them. But of
he's
course,
holding on to some glass.
You're not going to be able to hold on to them in the glass. So basically, they
all
just
fall.
perish. And so at that moment, that's where Stephanie is. She keeps having this reoccurring.
Oh, we got to say
nightmare.
This though. It was the part where the lady's walking and the thing blows up, and the lady that was singing had a son. He had a son, and she was telling him, "Okay, we this is our last song, and we'll be out of here." And but the little boy turns out to be Tony Todd.
And so we go back after all of that stuff happened, and Stephanie, her roommate, advises her, you need to go home, get your head clear. So she goes home, and she is greeted by her father, Marty. She has a younger brother, Charlie, and basically their mom has split when they were younger. She's gone. And so they decide that they're going to go visit their Uncle Howard, their Aunt Brenda, and their cousins Eric, Julia, and Bobby. Now, Julia is acting kind of funny towards her because she left for college and they used to be close. And
she don't really come home a lot. She don't call a lot.
But the purpose of her going over there was to ask her Uncle Howard about Iris, the grandmother. And it's like taboo. You don't speak about Iris. But he explained that Iris had subjected himself and Stephanie's mother, Darlene, to an overprotective, isolated upbringing, and it made them have a dysfunctional family. And
her mother was starting to feel that same way. She was doing some of the same things, but her and her brothers, so she left. Yeah,
so in Darlene's absence. So Brenda helps Stephanie, Brenda's her aunt, find letters to find out where Iris is. And basically Iris is held up in a fortified cabin, and she is...
It's like a fortress.
Dying, and she has end-stage cancer. So Iris is explaining, when Stephanie rolls up, she's like, what is this? And Iris is trying to explain to Stephanie that the nightmare that she's having were Iris's premonition. She was warned about the tower. Basically, she had the premonition. She warned the tower's attendees, and she prevented the collapse, resulting in basically people that should have been taken out by Death's Design living. However, again, this is a thing in the Final Destination series. It disrupted Death's design, and Death began to come for the lives of the survivors
that was in the sky
in the order that they would have died in the Skyview, along with the respected descendants. So after the grandfather's death, Paul, Iris started documenting Death's actions, and basically she had this book that she kept, and Stephanie's like, okay, she's Looney Tunes for real. That's why they don't have anything to do with her. So she's about to leave. And Iris is like, no, take this book with you. I'm going to show you. And so she steps out.
Seeing is believing.
Yeah, so she steps out and she's impaled.
Keep in mind, she's been in that thing for how many years? I don't even know. But she steps out there and gives her the book. Within 5 seconds, she was dead.
She's impaled by a weather vane. And it proved her claim. So at her funeral, Darlene, which is Stephanie and her brother's mom, she returns. But of course, there's resentment because she left when they was kids. And Stephanie reads Iris's book, and she sees a reference to JP, which is the little boy,
which
is the little boy from the Skyview, and it says that he found someone who defeated death. We know how this all goes. So they have a family barbecue. Now this scene was kind of crucial too, because poor Uncle Howard gets it next. So they have a family,
because it's going in the bloodlines from the families. Howard was the oldest, so it was gonna go through his family, all of his family, him and his kids first, and then it would come back over to Darlene and what was her name? Erica?
Darlene and Stephanie.
Stephanie, yeah.
And then the son, which is Stephanie's brother, Charlie.
Yeah.
So basically, they're at a barbecue, and it was so many ways that poor Uncle Howard could have got it. I mean, we see a broken glass where poor Uncle Howard could have drunk.
Falls into the ice.
When they doing it up in the back. They have an amazing setup in the backyard. But what I could not understand is with this amazing setup, they have a backyard bar, they have the grill, they have it going on. Then they have this trampoline with tools under. Now, who leaves tools under a trampoline?
Iron rake.
Yes. So Darlene spots that, so she goes and pulls it out, but it's too late.
While
because
they were jumping on the trampoline.
So
she's seen it before.
It's too late because Uncle Howard has a glass with he has the glass with glass inside the ice. But of course, when the glass broke, there was a piece of glass that was on the ground that he.
Now that was the thing ended up falling over and it fell in the ground. He put it down, but it ended up falling
in the ground, and he stepped on it, and basically he ends up being taken out by a lawnmower. I mean, it's
the
brutal.
rake hits the
it's
water.
like, what kind of people?
It turns on the lawnmower and runs over his head.
What kind of people have this amazing setup in this backyard and you carelessly leave your tools out like that? But anyway, we know we had to have something. And
so, by him dying, then they still won't really believe it, but Eric, the oldest son, see the wife, the uncle's wife, and Darlene, the mother's husband, they weren't part of the bloodline, so it wouldn't affect them. So the next person in line would have been Eric,
yes, and he works at a tattoo shop, and we know everybody's seen the preview where Eric, he's sad, has to work late, he's playing sad songs, and then they have a fan with a chain on it. Who does that at a tattoo shop? And poor Eric, it looks like he's about to get it. He has all these piercings and these tattoos, and he's putting Dad on his arm and
with a heart.
Looks like Eric, excuse me, because now Stephanie keeps calling him, but he's ignoring her call. It looks like he's about to get it. Then we have some type of
explosion.
Yeah, and we just knew he got it, but Stephanie runs over to the house the next day.
They call him and he won't answer the phone. Her and Charlie, and they wind up almost hitting him in the street.
He's walking down the street, looked like he's drunk or something, but he said, his leather jacket saved him, and they can't understand why he's still there. Why he didn't die?
Because he would be the next blood. He's the oldest son.
So the sister is running down the street, and they're like, "Hey, be careful!" And she's like, "Oh, well, whatever. What is gonna happen? I'm gonna fall." And that the trash company is taking the trash out too, and she gets it next. I mean, terrible. The ball hits her, and she's taken out next.
And then they get back, so they're starting to wonder, and they're still. And Eric was like, "Well, it can't be true because I would have been next. It's no order. It's just happening." But then the mother was like,
she revealed the hidden family secret.
Tell you, no, she told Stephanie, you were right. I gotta say this, Eric, your father wasn't the uncle. It wasn't the father. He was like, what? Who's my father?
Yeah, again, like I was saying, James, the hidden family secret.
Yeah.
So that nobody knew that he wasn't really his biological son. So then they decide that they're going to go see JB at the hospital. The mom is there now, and she's driving her Winnebago. Now, if you're trying to be safe, I don't think that that's really safe, a house on wheels. But anyway, they're gonna go to the hospital that JB works at, and they want to ask him, yes. So he basically explains to them, because this is his last role, and he really had cancer. And he basically,
he was dying anyway, so he was done with it.
Yeah, he was letting them know there's two ways that you can defeat death. Either by taking another life or by being resuscitated. And Kimberly Corman was a successful example of that. And he leaves, and he's expecting to succumb to his own cancer after Iris's bloodline dies. He's going to be next. He wishes them, well before departing. So then Eric has this crazy idea.
Because the younger brother had, he was allergic.
Allergies.
Yeah.
He convinces Bobby to basically eat a snack containing nuts that he's highly allergic to trigger a fatal allergic reaction. He takes his EpiPen, and then they're gonna revive him. However, they weren't paying attention to the room that they were in, and there was a MRI machine that actually misfunctioned.
You can't have metal with MRI.
And Eric had all these piercings. It pulled him in, impaling him, and then poor Bobby, there was a problem with the vending machine, and the coil just came out and took him out.
And hits him right in the head.
So Stephanie and Charlie and Darlene decide to drive to the cabin to stay and hide from death. But
the mother stayed there.
Yeah, so unfortunately they crashed through the gates, and Stephanie, basically they crashed through the gates. Stephanie's seatbelt jams, and the cabin explodes, sending the RV into water, where Stephanie begins to drown. Darlene saves Charlie before being taken out by a lamppost.
Crushes her.
And then we think, hey, Charlie is resuscitating Stephanie. He rescued her. So 1 week later, we learn from
Charlie about to go to his prom.
Charlie's girlfriend's father, because they're about to go to the prom, that Stephanie was not clinically dead after drowning because she was resuscitated before undergoing cardiac arrest. So unfortunately, they didn't beat death, because we see a train
carrying logs derails, comes through the neighborhood and crushes it.
It was horrible. But I mean, I kind of liked it still. It was
good. I don't think it was good as the first.
Nothing. It takes a special film to beat the original.
I don't think it was the worst, but it was still good.
Yeah, it was all right. So did you guys see Final Destination Bloodlines? I know we're a little bit late with this review, but what did you think? Did you like it? How would you compare it? So let us know. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more movie reviews, and we spill all the tea. So make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out, and turn on your notifications. Thanks for watching. Take care.